In 34 days, we have thousands of frames due. Studio's a total mess. Deadlines are approaching. These are 2 and 6 minutes to render, and deadlines are being added. It's just extremely overwhelming. Rendering alone could be weeks. The clock is ticking down. Welcome to Eyeland, where we're extremely overwhelmed. Okay, so I have an idea. Easter's coming up, and we have a new LED wall on the stage, and we want to produce some content for it. So for Easter, for the 2 weeks leading up to Easter and for Easter Sunday, we want to make some content where we're showing specific moments throughout Jesus's final week, the Passion Week. Specifically the Garden of Gethsemane where he prayed, the Last Supper. Those two are the ones that are the Passion Week. The other one is the story in John 8 where he sort of rescues the woman caught in adultery. What we want to do is go do the research, see what historians and archaeologists and the smart people, smarter than us, think that those places would have looked like then, and then recreate those places fully CG, fully digitally, entirely on the computer, like the entire environment made totally fake, and put that on the LED wall behind him. We, quote unquote, know how to do this. We've just never actually done it. Okay, so I think the main thing we need to figure out is if we're doing Last Supper the Sunday before Easter, Palm Sunday. Easter is Gethsemane and the tomb. Partly think we need to figure out is what are we putting with the tomb? The tomb is right now just like this ethereal, like that's not enough to just roll away the stone and it's done. I mean, it's a solid effort, but the stone is maybe missing some keyframes.
The stone looks like it missed a social cue. Just like, oh my God.
Yeah, for the meeting today, let's just show him a still frame. I don't know if he'll be able to. Anytime you say something to Norman, he's running a camera, he gives the... He always does like yes and no. Yes, sir. If we can find an element that makes sense, like a song, to combine this with, I think we also need a simple cross. They're insert shots in my mind for the video. It's like, show me light coming in the tomb and then flash to the cross. Show me the cloth rippling in the tomb and then flash to a tight of the cross. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like back and forth for that climactic video.
So what was your number? Not your phone number, but like... No!
He starts talking about it, and then you hear like the angry crowd. It's all like more sensory than visual.
We could just sort of build an ancient city scene for the wall behind him, but then really what we need to do to keep it in brand with the next 2 weeks is remove all the other people except him.
Am I not going to have like a table to sit at
No.
and some props?
No.
No.
Easter, you're going to currently have a prop. We're trying to do an olive press. The second 2 weeks are all focused on visuals that you can interact with and talk through and explain to the people other than it's that and one singular prop. You're saying, you hear someone shout, you know, this is what she did. And you say those things. And there's a crowd murmur behind you. Yeah, and it just starts building an ambiance in the room. So this is like the concept for Gethsemane. This would be the whole...
That's cool. Yeah, I thought
Check this out. Check out this animation. Yeah, for the meeting today, let's just show him a still frame.
He's gliding.
He said move, that stone was this move. Like right now we're sort of talking about like building a separate video that's like not a cued thing. It's like it's a 2-minute video that's shots of the Last Supper and shots of the garden and shots of the tomb and shots of the garden and shots of the tomb, shots of the cross, shots of the... But it really doesn't work if we're not gonna go somewhere. Deadlines are approaching and deadlines are being added. What I'm working on now, we sort of came up with last minute. It was just adding things to the already very full plate. We're doing like a shot of like the Temple Mount, like Jerusalem, like the temple. So it'll get done, but it's at that place where it's like 10 pounds of crap to fit in a 5-pound bag. Basically what we're doing is we're rendering 6 seconds. We're getting 12 seconds. We're gonna convert that 6 seconds into 60 seconds. So that 12 seconds will get converted to 120 seconds. So we're rendering 6 seconds, but getting a 2-minute loop out of it. My aunt just found out that we're pregnant. Just one, congrats. Yeah, we were very convinced it was twins. Mana knew we were pregnant like 4 or 5 weeks before we did, and she started telling everybody when she thought we were pregnant, we didn't think we were pregnant. We're like, stop saying that. That's not true, and everyone's gonna think we're lying. But she started telling everyone, Mom and Dad are pregnant, and we're having a baby girl. The only other time she's wavered on thinking it's a girl is when I started to explain to her that if it's a girl, she's gonna have to share her toys and her clothes. And then all of a sudden, she was like, no, I think it's a boy. Can we get security footage for that? Oh, it's right there. It said this vlog lacks action, so. Oh no, I'm gonna get hit by a van. Almost. Got enough action for you? Can we go back to work now? I need to come up with another shot for this temple scene. Probably need to come up with another 3 shots or so for this temple scene. And we have 0 shots technically completely done. And we have a rehearsal where it would be nice to actually go through and actually see what all of these are gonna look like at 3 p.m. This is Jesus, the Saw version. I did say you can't go too bloody for Easter, and you went too bloody for Easter. Behind your desk when it's just you is stressful enough, but then when you start trying to incorporate the teams, which is the necessary part to pull off anything that actually it looks cool, but you start incorporating other people and it just starts getting more and more chaotic, and it's not nerve-wracking, it's just, maybe it is. I'm not nervous, it's nerve-wracking. So that speed warp idea that we had of like taking the 6-second video and slowing it down to 60 seconds works, it just takes forever. And he just started, he must have taken way too long on the grade. Render and replaces take forever. I was under the impression he was gonna do a quick grade, get them going, because I knew they took 5 minutes plus each. And instead he graded until 3:05 and then realized that they take 5 minutes plus each. Okay, so I just need a moment that's like, imagine with me if you will. You're at the temple. Jesus has just finished teaching. Whatever that cue ends up being, imagine with me if you will. That's the dimming of the house lights, and that's the backlight. Those can be the same cue. That looks good. You see it? That actually looks very good. Honestly, it looks so good because of the grade Ethan put on it. He took way too long, but it actually looks very good.
Oh, I love it. I feel like I want to walk right into it. Jesus bends down and he starts writing in the sand, and all of a sudden a hush came over the crowd.
We did it, boys. It's 2 a.m. Friday morning. Can we go through the shot list real quick? Where's that post?
3.
Of? 3 left or 3 done?
I slept till noon.
The network for the whole campus is like completely down. We have no idea what's going on.